DJs Tawana Andrew.
This is In the Know for Wednesday, May 19th, the 139th day of 2021. There are 226 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud or iTunes podcast on Facebook, watch on YouTube Live on Periscope. And the old hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we will update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We set sail into warm and muggy for the rest of the week. We'll tell you about that. George Lindsay is going to stop by later on in the show today for another round of Stupider Than George. And we will have the return of today's water cooler question. It will be your chance to win that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I've been really busy this morning, so.
Okay.
But I'm good.
It feels like 4 in the afternoon, even though it's closer to 9 in the morning.
A little bit, yeah.
Are you familiar? Have you talked with any of your family members this morning?
Of course.
Okay, all right. So, are you familiar with the principle called Familex?
I am not.
They're like dialects that if we speak a different language when you're at home than we do when you're out in the world.
Oh, so, yeah.
Maybe you have a nickname from a parent that followed you into adulthood, or maybe you have an old joke or a shared reference to a song.
Yep.
These are referred to as Familex, those invented words, pet names, and in-jokes that only your family knows.
And I love it.
You do love it. I will tell you, I talk to you sometimes on the phone when you're among your family, and you never sound so country as when you're like amongst all of this.
It's funny. I was sharing with Elizabeth this morning that when I do go and spend time,
you come home country?
Yes. Well, I don't come home country, but when I'm there, I'm country.
I got it. Whitney Carmen is over there. She's the Grayson County Ag Extension Agent. We welcome her back to chair number 2. Good morning, young lady.
Morning.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Need to say thanks to you.
Uh-oh.
Because we had a really nice dinner
on
Saturday and into Sunday because of a hot tip from you. Last week you said, I think this was during a break, if you recall, you referred to something as Mississippi mud.
Yes.
Well, Mississippi mud to me is cake.
Yes.
I always heard of Mississippi mud dessert, so I perked up. And then when you started describing it, that it was gravy, and it was a ranch packet, and it was roast, and it was, I thought, tell me more about this Mississippi mud. You do Mississippi mud differently than we do. And so Miss Buckles over there rushed right out and
got the ingredients.
I did.
It was good.
And I doubled it. So
Yes,
I
of course.
normally double to take to my grandmother because everybody knows I go and spend time with her the first of the week. But here's the thing.
Didn't last.
No. There was not enough to take.
That's great.
The Mississippi wasn't mighty enough in order to take on the household demand. But I will tell you, Whitney, you had me at pepperoncini peppers.
Yes. That's what makes it.
Yes,
It is so good.
Because I will, and you mentioned your kids don't really like potatoes, but potatoes went into ours, and the flavor of those peppers had drifted into the potatoes, and they were nummy.
And I almost messaged you on Saturday because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to drain the peppercini. But here's the thing. When I opened the lid, it had like this little filter.
Yes.
And so I did drain them and just put the peppers on top. And
You can do it either
I even
way.
took it and showed it to him. I was like, well,
Yeah.
but I didn't
I've done it
message
both
you.
ways, and
Okay.
it doesn't. I mean, if you have the juice, it makes it just a tad more spicy. But
Okay.
other than that,
super good.
Most importantly, before we move on, though, I am curious to know: is this a Grayson County Family and Consumer Sciences officially sanctioned recipe? And furthermore, does Natalie know you're doling out recipes?
I don't think she minds.
Is she going to call up and say, "Girl, you better stay in your lane"?
No, she
Because homemakers is me.
No, she won't.
She
We
won't?
we are all about some sharing is caring in our office, so
that's it.
she'll be fine with
It
it.
was so good.
It's your official
Yeah.
slogan.
I think she
sharing is
uses
caring.
actually, so I think she has made it as well. So
All
it's
right.
common in our
It's
area.
good. It's good stuff. Thanks for the pro tip.
Yeah.
On that, we'll try and return the favor. I don't know if I have any fancy river recipes to share with you.
Well, and I'm really good
but
at roast
we'll
potatoes and
try.
carrots, but this takes a whole
New
new
level.
spin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. A few showers today before a stretch of dry weather. We'll see spotty showers, thunder possible today, but fade to nearly no percent chance of rain in the coming days. That's good if you're trying to plan an outdoor graduation for later in the week. But we will see 90-degree heat temperatures for the first time this season. Will push 90 later this week and into the weekend. It's going to get, as my sister would say, my baby sister would say, it's going to get monkey. Outside, it will be muggy, mostly cloudy, 20%, 85 today, mostly cloudy, 67 tonight, partly cloudy, and 87 for tomorrow between the lakes and. Yep, that's just the way that it's going to go. Governor Andy Beshear gave a pandemic pep talk for Kentucky students yesterday, saying their willingness to take the COVID-19 vaccine empowers them to help overcome a challenge that we adults can't do on our own. The governor visited one of what is being called a pop-up vaccination site, I think at the 5 different Fayette County high schools yesterday that the state and Wild Health were having to basically present the opportunity for young people, for teenagers to go ahead and get vaccinated. I know that as of about this time last week, I happened to be having a conversation with Grayson County High School Principal Josh Baldwin, and just in passing, he mentioned that he knew of maybe just a handful of seniors in the class who had been vaccinated at that point. So, they're busy. They're obviously focused on other things, but I do believe that when you can put it in front of them and get in their pathways, you're much more likely to engage them. And that's
Right.
what these pop-up clinics do,
Right.
is they go to the school and say, we're here. We're making it super easy if you want to engage. And hopefully that bolsters the numbers for kids that want it.
Well, and I think about you go back when I was in high school. You did the blood drives and those types of things. You brought it to them because they needed it, and so we were more likely to do it
Well,
there.
and you got out of class to do it.
There's always incentive.
Yes. Is there a hall pass involved? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Then sign me up.
Exactly.
Just an opportunity to roam the halls. Otherwise, 645 new coronavirus cases, 11 more virus-related deaths announced yesterday. Positivity rate in Kentucky at 2.79%, still a number that we are happy with. The Kentucky court system, the Supreme Court, has ended most of the coronavirus-related restrictions for the state's court system effective immediately. That was announced yesterday by Chief Justice Minton. And then that runs downhill to all the other AOC regulated courtrooms and processes.
So they're back in, not doing it through Zoom.
Yeah, it's, I can't tell you there won't be some Zoom involved.
Sure.
I've maintained from the beginning there are a lot of entities and organizations that will use the pandemic to do things they really wanted to do anyway.
I can see that.
And Zoom and Google Meets and Teams and all that has really proven to be a useful foundation for the way that we do business. I'm able to have so many more meetings now than I would.
Yeah, we are too.
Because my meeting's at my desk, and then when I'm finished, I can go to the next one. I don't have an hour commute or whatever. So so to answer your question, I don't know. I do think that rather than running people back and forth to courtrooms for arraignments and things, the less of that you can do. I think the more sense that it makes for just to save resources. But what I do believe to be the case, what I do know is there's a pent-up backlog of cases that law enforcement and the justice system has had to sit on for a long period of time that it'll be hard to estimate when we might get back to average. And
Right.
it's not as if the dockets were barren wastelands to begin with anyway.
Right.
You know, they're super busy. so.
Pandemic caused some crazy things.
It's not as if crime stopped.
No, in fact, it's probably worse now than it was, or at least that's what they're
That's
saying.
right. But the ability to adjudicate crime has been, limited over the last year. So I guess just get ready. A Litchfield man arrested on an outstanding warrant has threatened to murder two LPD officers, their families, and ER staff. Sunday afternoon after 3, LPD officers Chase Minton and Kelsey Overton arrested 40-year-old Jerry Stivers on an outstanding warrant issued by Grayson County Circuit Court. As Melton was transporting Stivers to the detention center, he banged his head against the cruiser's cage, cut himself, and he was rerouted to Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Regional to obtain treatment. Once at the ER, he threatened to murder various people on site there, and so in addition to his warrant, he got additional charges and lodged at
Of course.
Hotel 36. Just add on a little extra for
Yep.
your trouble. A truck driver has been arrested on multiple drug charges in Edmonson County Monday morning about 11. The Edmonson County Sheriff's Office responded to a reckless semi-truck traveling south on Veterans Memorial near Collegiate School Road. Deputies in the area found 49-year-old Philip Myers of Glasgow slammed on the brakes of the semi, pulled into the emergency lane. They made contact with him, who was standing outside the truck with a red towel in his hand. Myers initially failed to comply when a deputy asked to see Myers' hands, though he eventually put the red towel in his back pocket and showed the deputy his hands, yada, 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 and he was lodged in the Hart County Jail. You can,
Wow.
if you want the nitty-gritty, just
Yeah.
travel on over to K105.com. I could just tell by the looks on your faces, though, not really interested in the nitty-gritty. Fair to say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, same thing happens, it seems like, once a week. So,
Big day for Cougar tennis in Cougar sports. Grayson County Tennis's Owen Brown finished as the third region runner-up last night following an upset of the number 2 seed in the semifinals. He had a suspended match yesterday that he finished and won, and then lost in 2 sets to the 1 seed, but had to expend a whole lot of energy and effort to get to the final, and then just kind of ran out of gas to a really formidable opponent. Brown, along with Maxton Cummings and Izzy Weedman, will also compete in the state tournament next month. In other action, the Lady Cougars scored 7 unanswered to down Ohio County in Hartford by a final of 11-9. Sophomore pitcher Audrey Killian picked up the win in relief in what was the team's second straight victory. We did get beyond some of the controversy from 2 nights ago at Don Lee Field. There was Callaway County came to town, and then there was an issue with the lights. Callaway County was ahead at the time, but then some type of, not really a skirmish, but words, and then the umpire decided he had had enough, and so I
Called
believe
it.
the KHSAA has ruled it a 1-0 victory for the Cougars because they went back to the, I think, end of the 6th or...
yeah, that's interesting.
I did think it was interesting, Whitney, that you're such a baseball fan now. You came in wanting to know what happened because you knew there was controversy
Well, there was.
on
Yeah.
Monday.
Well, and it ended in darkness, and I thought, well, what
Were they playing at Wrigley Field? Was this?
what happened?
When did Grayson County start playing in Chicago? It's a very good. Is a very good question. And the hits just keep on coming for the University of Louisville. Former University of Louisville assistant basketball coach Dino Gaudio has been charged with extortion related to his firing 2 months ago by head coach Chris Mack. If you
Goodness
don't
gracious.
know, this was mentor-mentee at one point in time.
It was,
They
yeah.
had such a fabulous relationship that Dino was kind of a mentor to Chris Mack, and Mack had to turn him and
The other guy, yeah. I know who you're
Luke,
talking about. I want to say. What is his name?
This is all you two. I have no
Luke
idea.
Murray. I was like, I couldn't
yeah.
come up with Bill Murray's name. And Luke Murray turned them out at the end of the season. Their contracts expired. So then it went down. Basically, the charges are this. Dino, on his way out, says, you're going to pay me for 17 months or I'm going to release this, and this, which will prove NCAA violations. Which makes you wonder,
Well, I mean, bring it on. If I were in upstanding with the NCAA, then I would
wouldn't
say,
have to worry
go
about
on
it.
now. Just bring it on.
That's right. But
Yeah.
so where did they get him? Was that after he left, he was threatening this extortion from across state lines.
Oh, my
So they got
goodness.
him on like interstate commerce fines, and it's.
Oh,
but
my goodness
what we
gracious.
do know is the hits just keep on coming
Yeah,
for the.
it does. I kind of
University
feel for the fans, but
of
my goodness,
Louisville.
they need to get that under control.
Just go on, Dino. Yeah. We got to get to a break. We come back. We're going to say good morning to George Lindsay. He'll join us. Got another episode of Stupider Than George coming right up here on In the Know.
When you're feeling under the weather or concerned about your family's health, you want the support of a trusted medical provider who lives close by and your family. Dr. Gregory Koo is a family medicine physician who is putting down roots in this community. With 22 years' experience, he's now accepting new patients in both Caneyville and at Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center in Litchfield. Learn more online at owensborohealth.org/KOO.
High-speed internet is coming to Grayson County. Your trusted electric provider, Warren RECC, is partnering with NCTC, a 70-year communications veteran, to bring high-speed internet to more than 7,000 homes and businesses in Grayson County. Visit fiberforgrayson.com to register your interest today. Working from home, virtual schooling, gaming, or simply streaming your favorite show is more important than ever, and Warren RECC and NCTC are here to help. Visit fiberforgrayson.com.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy timely sickness, remember,
Jay Henderson and Mary Lois Morris would like to say thank you to everyone for making the Lincoln Jamboree successful again. And to show their gratitude, this Saturday night show is free of charge. Yes, you heard right, absolutely free. The show features Joel Ray's fabulous Kentucky Colonels, Hart County natives Amy Lynn Brown and Vicky Kidd, plus Greg Stapleton, Jessica Merritt, Larry Wilson, Caleb Brown, Glenn Rice, and this free customer appreciation show will spotlight Lou and Camille Bingham and Ronnie Benningfield. And make sure you come early on Saturday to eat in the restaurant. They'll be serving up meatloaf, salmon patties, turkey and dressing, baked ham, and Joy's specialty spaghetti, along with a full salad bar, lots of vegetables, pies, and drinks. The only thing you'll have to pay for is your meal, and you can get your free tickets at the box office before the show. It's all happening Saturday at Joel Ray's Lincoln Jamboree and Kentucky's finest family-style restaurant, located in historic Hodgenville, Kentucky. There's nothing else like it anywhere. Wow, what a meal and show.
A report says Apple's preparing for a whole new slate of Macs using next-gen versions of the company's in-house microchips. Bloomberg says Apple will unveil redesigned MacBook Pros in 14-inch and 16-inch screen sizes as early as this summer. Not only will the machines have a redesigned chassis, but they'll get more ports, and the beloved magnetic MagSafe charger is going to make a comeback. Apple also plans to release a revamped MacBook Air, new low-end MacBook Pro, and an all-new Mac Pro workstation. A higher-end Mac Mini and larger iMac are also computers getting the new chip. iMacs hit stores this week. Come at a bunch and come with a souped-up webcam. Spotify says it will soon start automatically transcribing their podcasts, and Lamborghini is planning to produce its first-ever electric car by 2023. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC.
Today is May Ray Day. You familiar with May Ray Day? It's the last full month of spring before it gets really hot. That's why it's celebrated. It is also Devil's Food Cake Day today. So, Whitney, are you more of an angel food cake or are you more of a devil?
Well, I'm more of a devil's food cake, and I can get behind May Ray. What is it, Ray?
May Ray Day?
May Ray Day.
You can be up with the May Ray Day?
Yeah.
All right.
Even though it's not really that sunny outside right now. But
No,
hey.
it is definitely not. We also want to say good morning and welcome back to our friend George Lindsay. Must be Wednesday, so it's Lindsay Wednesday. That's hard to say. Morning, brother. Welcome back. So how many days do we have to wait to call the other back? And is it Has it just become a free-for-all in Texas because your governor was very quick to just say, everybody go back to normal. So does it feel normal for you? Oh, wow. Yeah. Really?
That's great.
That's wonderful to hear. By the way, speaking of, I did think this morning when I put my shirt on, my apologies, I'm wearing a Yankees shirt. I know you've sort of had to adopt the Astros. Will we be okay? Will it affect your performance this morning? Yes, say hello to Altuve for us. But what's going on? What's been going on in your life the last couple of weeks? I was going to say she's the brains of the operation, but then that would infer you were the eye candy, and you're clearly not the eye candy. So I'm not sure what that makes you. It was crazy. It sounded like probably someone we know, especially when, Butler County near Round Hill. I thought, well, this could be a relative of ours.
Oh, dear.
To a person who reads that story, George, to a person who reads that story that's not from around here, you don't understand that Nelson County is really further away from Round Hill than you might imagine. Mm-hmm. That's very helpful advice. We started the show with a pro tip on recipes, and now we've got a pro tip on how to interact with the news media. Right on cue. The chorus fires up.
Than George! Stupider than George!
All right, brother. Let's see. That's what, break up by father-in-law?
Yeah.
That's
Those big.
Oh, they are.
Oh my God.
I didn't think it could be done twice in the same day. Two people stupider than George, but indeed they are. George is going to hang around for our water cooler question and continue on. That's Lindsay Wednesday here. We got more on the way here from In the Know. Hang around.
Rural King's pet food prices has pet lovers going, wow! Rural King offers the lowest prices on pet foods every day, like Diamond Naturals dog food. Made with ingredients of exceptional quality, Diamond Naturals dog foods provide complete holistic nutrition for that four-legged family member. Get a 40-pound bag of Diamond Naturals lamb or chicken and rice for just $28.69. Rural King, America's farm.
Silverleaf provided services to over 1,000 victims of sexual violence in our communities, and we know more exist. Silverleaf provides services to victims of sexual violence and their families. If you are one of the thousands of victims living in our area, please know that help exists. We provide free therapy, legal advocacy, and resources. You're not alone in this. Healing is possible, and Silverleaf can help you. Please call 211 and ask for Silverleaf, or find us on the web at silverleafky.org.
Try HighBid.com, the online auction site for just about anything. HighBid.com offers a safe and easy way to find every day, from toys and classic cars to real estate. HighBid.com has it all. HighBid.com makes it easy to find what you're looking for, and the site is simple to use. HighBid.com. That's HiBid.com. And start discovering great deals today.
Festivals, concerts, dancing, going to the movies, we've all missed out on a lot this past year. But there's one thing that we can all do to help us get back to where we want to be much faster. Get the shot.
Get the shot. I did.
Recibe la vacuna.
I got the shot. Get your shot today.
Visit KAHP.org for more information and to find out where you can get your COVID-19 shot. Brought to you by the Kentucky Association of Health Plans.
Go to KAHP.org and get the shot, Kentucky.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
It's an all-you-care-to-eat seafood buffet this Friday night at Kentucky's finest family-style restaurant, located inside Joel Ray's Lincoln Jamboree in Hodgenville. They'll be serving up catfish fillets, pan-fried oysters, butterfly shrimp, peel-and-eat shrimp, and codfish. If you don't like seafood, you serve with a full salad bar and lots of homemade jams and jellies, and a drink for only $18.99 for adults or $15.99 for all military and seniors. And don't forget to come to the Customer Appreciation Show Saturday night, where tickets are free of charge. That's right, the tickets are free. It's just their way of saying thanks for help making the Lincoln Jamboree successful again. Remember, it's an all-you-care-to-eat seafood buffet Friday night and a free Customer Appreciation Show Saturday night at Joel Ray's Lincoln Jamboree and Kentucky's finest family-style restaurant, located in Hodgenville, Kentucky. There's nothing else like it anywhere. Wow, what a meal and free show Saturday night.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather. We'll keep some clouds around as we head into the afternoon. Highs today getting into the low to mid 80s. A few spotty showers are possible for the late morning into the early afternoon. We'll still watch for a few isolated showers into tonight as we drop down into the 60s across the region. From the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Sits a ragged tent where there ain't no trees, and that gospel group telling you and me.
Did you know Sesame Street's Elmo is the only non-human to testify before U.S. Congress?
I want to know what he testified for.
George, were you there that day he testified? Yeah, were you there that day when he testified?
Oh, no, I was not there, but I would dispute that he's the only non.
I wondered who was going to throw that flag on the play.
I will. I'll throw it in there. I have no problem.
I knew that you would. Hey, we have just resumed contesting in the last few days because trying to get back to normal and trips to Holiday World and Kings Island and Splash and Safari and all that. So it's the return of the water cooler question today. So this will be an opportunity to see who's the smartest person around the water cooler. Here it is, 55% of us. This is for, what do you want to give away today? Let's give away Holiday World tickets today, Holiday World and Splash and Safari tickets. 55% of us admit that we've lied about this to avoid hurting someone's feelings. 55% of us admit that we've lied about this to avoid hurting someone's feelings. What is it?
Do we get to guess?
Yes, you get to guess. Typically, we write them
I would
down,
say
but yeah,
great.
go ahead.
You write them down.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can
sorry.
do that. You can.
Okay, sorry.
So we have fancy think music for you to think.
I know. I like.
Does
that.
this help you think, George?
Let me see. I always, when I think, I stroke my beard.
That's right. 270-259-6000, 270-259-6000 is the number if you want to prove that you're the smartest person around a water cooler today. The ladies immediately started writing, so I have a feeling they know several things that they lie about to spare someone's feelings. George, as a man, do you do that? Do you lie to spare people's feelings, or do you just tell it like it is?
Most of the time I tell it like it is. However, I do try to be as much of a wordsmith as possible and choose the right words when I'm telling someone a tough truth, I call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do try to tell the truth all the time, but I will couch it in better terms. How's that?
The old sandwich effect. You give it a little bread, a little meat, give it a little bread, and you'll be fine. Whitney, before we get to the phones, do you have any good ideas on what people might lie about? I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. Just going to ask you for your options.
Oh, so you want me to actually say?
You got one?
Yeah, if they look good in a certain outfit.
The old "does this butt make my look big" thing. Yeah. Always lie. Yeah. You always lie to that one.
That is the one time I will lie. Yeah.
Beej, do you have one?
Mine's similar on the first one with her. So weight, like, do I look fat in this outfit? That kind of deal.
All right.
My second one may not be as popular.
Okay, and?
Well,
you're going to hold it for later? Or?
Well, I can, or
All
I
right.
can just go ahead and...
No, let's wait. George,
Okay.
do you have one that came to mind before we start polling?
Okay, so weight was there for me too, but I'm going to go, since this is recent, you're just kind of cranking things back up, which, by the way, I love Holiday World. I'm glad you're giving away those tickets. I'm going to go with 55% of people have lied about whether or not they've had the vaccine.
Ooh.
Oh, that's okay.
See, because it's just coming back, so this is a new poll, so I'm thinking that there's something like that on this. So I'm going to say vaccine on this one.
Could be. Jamie, you'll get the first shot. Good morning, Jamie. 55% of us admit we've lied about this to avoid hurting someone's feelings. What is it?
I'm going with the size matters, the clothes issue.
No, wait a minute. Two issues just came to mind.
Okay, I'm staying with the clothing issue.
Oh, the clothing issue.
Clothing.
Okay. All right. I thought we were about.
I didn't mean to throw you a curve on that.
That was a sudden change there. All of a sudden, like, so we're going down that pathway. I see. Okay. Sorry, Jamie. That's not correct. 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000. While the phones queue up, George, you got anything else? You got any other shares today you want to share?
You know what? The only other thing that is out there this morning that is worth talking about is the fact that Carol Baskin got involved. I don't know if you guys saw the Tiger story. We didn't get a chance to be on last week, so I couldn't share the Tiger story with you guys. But we had a tiger loose here in Houston, and Carol Baskin from the Joe Exotic's TV show got involved here in Houston, and the tiger was finally found. So if you've been following along, wondering if the tiger was okay, the tiger is safe and in a sanctuary now. So just an update on the Tiger King of Houston.
I know she's not in animal control, but as an ag agent with Whitney being here, have you had to do any tiger wrangling?
I haven't done any tiger, but there has been a couple of cows loose that I've had to wrangle. And there was one specifically a few years on campus at UK that got loose. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that's going to be a Netflix special, though. No cows gone wild.
No.
Whitney, what's the most scariest animal you've ever come up against?
Ooh, well, mama cow probably. And that, there's boars can be pretty mean too, and I've used to raise pigs, so they're pretty rough too.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mind just went to the boar's nest. I always or the black cat or the all those famous haunts. I'm gonna stage the water cooler question one more time in case anybody wants to prove they're smart. 55% of us admit that we've lied about this to avoid hurting someone's feelings. What is it? 270-259-6000. George, since we last spoke, our favorite Alyssa Ray exited American Idol in what I called a stunt. I was not happy with the stunt that American Idol pulled. Are you following along?
You know what? I am not. To be quite honest, and this is terrible, and no knock on Alyssa at all, but I am so over like the music reality shows like The Voice and American Idol that I am not really invested in them. However, I don't know if you saw that their E! Entertainment Network is launching a new show called Clash of the Cover Bands, and I might watch that one because it's going to be the like Weekend Warrior cover band people competing on TV. So that one I might watch, but I'm not really following along much with the others.
So about 2 weeks ago, American Idol, because they felt bad the way that last season ended, they let the fans vote in one of last year's contestants to just jump back into the contest with like 10 people to go. And so they brought back Arthur Gunn from last year, and the math was for him to get in, he took her spot because they voted him through on this sudden show to see if he advanced. And so she didn't advance, and she's way more talented. So I just kind of lost interest in the show after that all of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly.
But the big finale is set. Katie, Lionel, and Luke will all perform. Alicia Cara, Shaka Khan, Fall Out Boy, Leona Lewis, and former Fleetwood Mac guitarist Lindsey Buckingham. I'm not sure that's a who's who of celebrities.
It seems to be the B or the C list. Yes, it does. Yeah.
All right, so the big reveal. Beej, you had one other question that you want to... people are in suspense about the water cooler question. Did you want to share your other answer?
Well, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think at least 55% of us lie about how pretty others' kids are.
What? I've never.
What? Come on now. Just tell the truth.
What's the S. Seinfeld episode of the baby, the ugly baby?
Yeah.
And the,
You just say, oh, it's so pretty. Mm-hmm. Listen.
They're cooking. 55, if you said they're cooking, you had it correct.
That makes sense. Yeah.
55% of us have lied to people to avoid hurting their feelings of, oh, that food was so good.
Yeah.
You ever lie? George, you ever lied about that?
I don't know that
No.
I have.
And usually I'm pretty good. And here's the thing. I'll eat pretty much anything. My wife
Me too.
made like a pumpkin pasta thing a couple of years ago, and I was the only one in my family who would eat it. So I have the cast iron stomach, so I do. We were talking, though, the other day about food that you'll only eat if somebody else prepares it. And this may be a Dog Creek thing, but salmon patties.
Oh, no. It's not just Dog Creek. Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Oh, I love salmon patties.
Me too.
But there's no way I'll open a can of salmon in my house ever. I mean, it is too nasty. But she used to make salmon. So do you have a food that you'll only eat if somebody else makes it?
Chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings. Mm-hmm. And who?
Chicken and dumplings.
Who makes it?
My husband's grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't care for spaghetti, so probably only your spaghetti. Mark.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There we go.
You are not a big fan of meatloaf, but you have a familial meatloaf that you like.
And I can make it. My aunt makes it. My mom makes it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That also reminds me, though, when it comes to the church potluck, like there are only certain kitchens that I will eat out of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was reminded, I've shared several times when I was a kid, I didn't realize why everyone's names were on the casserole dishes. Mm-hmm. But then I suddenly remembered I knew as an adult, oh, that's why. You know where these were prepared. And in fact, it came up on Mother's Day again. I come by it honest, George, because my dad was sharing that's his pro tip move at the church potluck is he will pretty much stick to things that my mom or his mom prepares. So he doesn't go chasing waterfalls. He sticks to the casseroles and desserts that he's used to.
That is a pro tip. I like it.
Yeah.
Definitely is a pro tip. Well, George, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for Stupider Than George. And look forward to seeing you again next week for another Lindsay Wednesday. That's George Lindsay. We got it.
I love that.
Yeah, we got to get to a break. We'll see you again soon. Got the Point to Ponder, Pearl of Wisdom, Chart Toppers, plenty more. Hang around here on In the Know.
Today, I've got a story of big consequences. It involves a peanut, a future president, and the Heimlich maneuver. Shortly after the Heimlich maneuver made headlines in 1972, then California Governor Ronald Reagan was talking about it with Michael Deaver, a staff member in his administration. Deaver said that he had never heard of this technique. Reagan said, "Let me show you how to do it. You should know." Fast forward to 1976, and Reagan was flying at 30,000 feet, hustling between speeches on the campaign trail. Reagan was pitching peanuts into his mouth when suddenly he began to choke. Thinking Reagan was suffering a heart attack, his security detail quickly sprang into action and grabbed the oxygen. Michael Deaver quickly intervened, saying he's choking on a peanut. He then performed the Heimlich maneuver and saved Reagan's life. 4 years later, Ronald Reagan became the 40th President of the United States. Among his many accomplishments, historians agree that it was his devotion to freedom, coupled with aggressive foreign policies, that brought down the Berlin Wall and ended America's Cold War with Russia. Never underestimate the value of small things, because small things often turn into big things somewhere down the road. For more to help you thrive, go to FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
High-speed internet is coming to Grayson County. Your trusted electric provider, Warren RECC, is partnering with NCTC, a 70-year communications veteran, to bring high-speed internet to more than 7,000 homes and businesses in Grayson County. Visit fiberforgrayson.com to register your interest today. Working from home, virtual schooling, gaming, or simply streaming your favorite show is more important than ever, and Warren RECC and NCTC are here to help. Visit fiberforgrayson.com.
I want to get the vaccine just to protect the people around me.
I was ambivalent about getting the vaccine at first, but the more I saw the concern and the worry.
I've been coaching a team sport for nearly 30 years, and I think that the success of the group is due to each individual person's effort. Join the team.
Join the team.
Join the team. Get your vaccine.
Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov.
Or call 855-598-2246.
Are you stuck inside but still looking for bargains on new and secondhand goods? Try HighBid.com, the online auction site for just about anything. HighBid.com offers a safe and easy way to find hundreds of thousands of items for sale every day. From rare coins to fine jewelry, tools to vintage toys, and classic cars to real estate. HighBid.com has it all. HighBid.com makes it easy to find what you're looking for, and the site is simple to use. HighBid.com. That's HiBid.com. And start discovering great deals today.
Fairs, ball games, church, family get-togethers. We all missed out on a lot this past year, but there's one small step that we can all take that plays a huge role in getting us back to where we want to be. Get the shot.
Get the shot. I did.
Recibe la vacuna.
I got the shot. Get your shot today.
Visit KAHP.org for more information and to find out where you can get your COVID-19 shot. Brought to you by the Kentucky Association of Health Plans.
Go to KAHP.org and get the shot, Kentucky.
You may have been born to be wild, but you weren't born to be dead from a needless motorcycle crash. So when you're even just a little impaired, you do not get your motor running. You do not head out on the highway. What you do is get a ride from a sober friend, a taxi or rideshare service, or public transportation. Because you may be looking for adventure, but you're not looking for trouble. Please ride sober. Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Baby, 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 baby. I got the feeling, baby. I got the feeling.
MB's point to ponder for today. Why do medicine commercials say, tell your doctor if you have medical problems?
Didn't they know?
I thought it was
Weren't you aware?
them that's supposed to be telling me.
Yeah.
Mr. Buckles, did you realize you have such and such? Oh, no, that's a problem. Thank you for sharing
Yes.
that with me. I've never walked into a physician that said, okay, tell me what you got.
Yeah.
Well,
according to
I was
WebMD.
thinking-
Yeah,
I was thinking-
that's the thing. They'll fuss about it, but then they want to. Yeah.
if WebMD had done the job, I wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
Or Doctor.
Don't
Dr.
ever Google your symptoms. That is one thing
I
that
totally agree.
We saw a message earlier about, I know the first segment of that George was by today, the Stupider Than George segment, that if you're watching, you were unable to hear him, but you were able to hear us. There is a famous, I'll have to ask George about it next week. There's a famous video where his colleagues in Houston, they were all trying to get they were trying to work out video for their show, is kind of when, I don't know how long ago it was, but it's been within the last 15 months. But they were working from different studios. And so, but then when they would connect one thing, they would lose the other person. And so it's about a 30-minute video. Okay, can you hear me now? And so it was just very, I watched it, I couldn't stop watching it.
timely is what that was.
Yes, it was.
That's the story of my life.
I've
right
also seen, I don't know if it's Vistaprint or what it is, but there's a shirt where they're talking about making your own T-shirts and it just says "you're muted." And like, if that's not been one of the most famous phrases of the last 15 months.
Yeah, I did see something where that's become part of the common nomenclature around here. Is you're on mute?
Yes,
you're muted.
You're muted. And I just think that could be a mantra of mine, even long after COVID-19, when it's just a distant memory.
You're muted. Yeah.
Just be like, you're muted.
Oh,
That's
man.
good.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, bye-bye. You're muted. All right, what do you need to know about? On television tonight, I do want to, since Whitney's here, I would really not be doing my job if I didn't point out the farmers market gets underway end of next week.
Yes,
is that
the
right?
29th is the first Saturday. We've got a lot of different, not a lot of produce yet because produce really isn't quite in yet. And so we don't have a whole lot of that, but we will have other options, wood products, soaps, eggs. There's going to be a few different things out there.
I heard you making a moose call earlier in the week for Shop Local. And one of the things that I heard you mention that kind of tickled my brain a little bit was you said if a person has a Kentucky Proud designation.
Yeah, so if we are a Kentucky Proud Farmers Market, so if you fall under that label or if you want to be under that label, you can sell at the market. And it's got to be things that are produced or raised in Kentucky that gives you that location or that gives you that membership,
But if you know, like if you're
absolutely.
if you swim in those waters, you know if you've got your designation or not.
And if you are wanting to join the market, there's still time to do that. So please let us know if there is if you've got something interesting that you want to sell, or if you've got produce that you want to sell, just let me know and we can
Or
hook you
maybe
up.
like honey. Or
Honey is all, yes. And that's the thing is there's a lot of people that sell honey or raise honey, make honey, whatever, and they sell out of it quick. So that's why we don't have a lot of folks at the market. So please, if you have some, come let us know.
Raising honey is not really a thing.
It's not really.
Okay,
it's not raising it. It's
No, I was trying to figure out if I had just learned something.
No,
I was like, you can raise honey?
Yeah, well, I usually raises
raise it.
my common. Yeah,
like Simba.
Yeah.
Raise it. On television tonight on ABC, the season 8 finale of The Goldbergs, season 1 finale of Home Economics on ABC, season 3 finale of The Connors, and then the NHL playoffs continue tonight. Whitney, are you all following any NHL?
No. Sorry. We're not home enough right now to watch anything on TV.
It's the time of year, oftentimes we'll travel to Las Vegas in the month of April, and it's easy to get on board hockey out there because of the nights and like follow along. But
or if you're in Nashville had a really big following because a couple of years ago they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're out of the picture.
Yeah.
No, they're at Carolina tonight, so still in it. It shows you how much I know. Today's highlight in history, this date in 1967, the Soviet Union ratified a treaty with the United States and Britain banning nuclear and other weapons from outer space, as well as celestial bodies such as the moon. In 1864, American author Nathaniel Hawthorne died in Plymouth, New Hampshire at age 59. The Scarlet Letter? Is that Nathaniel Hawthorne?
I really feel like yes, but I know that you were looking at me for that answer, and I just went blank.
Well, I was just really trying to impress you that I could remember that.
I think you're
I think I got it.
Yeah,
I think
so.
Nathaniel Hawthorne is right. And I think it's the Scarlet Letter. It's not the Scarlet Pimpernel.
No.
That's another thing too, though, isn't it? That's a book, The Scarlet Pimpernel. Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm not a.
It's not
huge reader.
Pumpernickel.
Yeah. I don't know.
In 1935, T.E. Lawrence, also known as Lawrence of Arabia, died in Dorset, England. Game of Thrones aired its 73rd and final episode on HBO this date in 2019.
I knew it. I looked back in my memories on my Facebook, and we were talking about that.
I have not I've not gone back and watched all of it again. I was told that's something you should do in the winter because it's such a dark show that if you're going to watch it again. So I've not seen it since first run, but I think I'm ready to see it again. Whitney, were you satisfied with where they left it, or were you disappointed?
I was disappointed. But for probably different reasons than most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say too much because there are people like that one over there. I don't want to create any spoilers.
You really need to watch it.
An episode. I mean, I would walk through the kitchen and he would have it on in the living room, but no, I've not seen an episode.
But now you've run through enough content that you sometimes struggle for finding content.
When I walk through the kitchen, some of what I saw on the TV, and I like a lot of things, but it just looked
the storyline
really dark.
Gets it, yeah.
If you just walk through and say, for instance, see the Red Wedding episode, then you would immediately go, no, I don't ever want to see that.
When I walked through, there were some really...
But there's a build-up to some of those scenes that in context...
Yeah.
You have a little bit. You might have a different feeling.
I'm the same
about
way
it.
you are, but that's my favorite show. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Birthdays today. David Hartman is 86 today. Grace Jones is 70. Former race car driver Dario Franchitti is 48. He's also former Mr. Ashley Judd. Former,
I think so,
right?
yes.
They're not still.
I don't think so.
They're not still raising honey together, are they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You might have coined a phrase.
That's okay.
Michael Che from Saturday Night Live is 38 today. Sam Smith is 29 today. And my dad is celebrating his birthday today. So
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Buckaroo.
That is so one of my favorite photos ever.
It's a great photo.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to let that simmer there
I
for
know,
a second,
right?
just to make sure that everybody gets to
see it.
to take that in. To be clear, though, when that photograph was taken, he did not sing a song.
Oh, okay.
It was just completely. I know you'd think he'd probably sing some Gene Autry song or something, but he did not. So, happy birthday, Dad. Ho Chi Minh was born this date in 1890. Malcolm X was born this date in 1925. Nora Ephron, born this date in 1941. Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally,
Okay.
Silkwood, some great content. Chart toppers.
No kin to Zac Efron.
My mind immediately went there.
You know, that's a good question. I can't know because I think they're spelled differently. Nora Ephron is EPH.
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
Zach is
EF.
was High School the Musical.
Mm-hmm.
Look
Bad
at-
Grandpa.
Look at me. Oh, now I know him a
Yeah.
little bit. From older. What Robert
Baywatch.
De Niro.
Yeah.
Baywatch.
He's in the new Baywatch movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, the new one.
I thought, yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can find a chart topper or two before we go for the day. Going to try and take you back to 1956. Elvis Aaron Presley was number one.
Lonely, baby. Well, I'm so lonely. I'll be so lonely I could die.
It's no Poke Salad Annie.
Poke Salad Annie.
That is noise from that. So I saw you grabbing for your headphones. Like, what's that noise? Let's go to 1965. Somebody drop a quarter in the jukebox. 1965. This is not the original. This is a cover. I am intrigued by that cover band reality show.
Yeah, I
though.
am too, actually.
Maybe we could get a cover band. Who would we cover?
I don't know. I was watching a movie last night that had a Hall & Oates cover band.
A Hall & Oates cover band. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh my gosh.
1974.
This is my kid's favorite song.
It is?
when they're
It's
being
good.
silly. Oh yeah, they love him.
Number one. Too late.
It reminds me of being at my grandparents' house,
Don't
like
look
years
at
ago.
them.
Yeah.
Well, yes, they call him the street.
Look at that. Look at that.
Like to show off his physique.
I get so tickled.
If there's an audience to be found,
Is your action news reporter?
Hello once again, everyone. Your Action News reporter on the scene at the gas station. There seemed to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was just sitting here trying to get some air in my car there, and he just appeared out of the traffic. Comes streaking around the grease striker. Doesn't have nothing on but a smile.
He's trying to get me a snow cone.
I think about my kids redoing that.
How can you know, that's the thing. When you hear that, how can you not laugh?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
how can it not put a smile on your face?
I like this one, too.
absolutely.
Me too.
MJ, #1 in 1983. Wait, is MJ Michael Jordan or is MJ Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Some people might argue with you, so that's why I asked the question. That was one of those lyrics that I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
No one wants to be defeated was a little bit hard to
Right.
make out on the Sony Walkman.
Uh-huh.
Like, what is he saying exactly? No one wants to take a beating. What was it exactly? And In Vogue #1 with My Lovin' #1 in 92. Lady Marmalade in 2001, Nothing on You in 2010, and Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus #1 2 years ago today, Old Town Road.
I remember that one going to spring break. That's the first time I heard that song.
Old Town Road was #1 when Game of Thrones final episode
Yeah.
aired. Those two things don't seem to line up to me. Wouldn't have thought they were on the same timeline.
And it feels like years ago.
It does feel like years
Yeah.
ago. You're absolutely right. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says, the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's about what you're made of, not the circumstances. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Whitney Carmen, for George Lindsay, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powered by Heritage Media of Kentucky, WKHG Litchfield, Kentucky, USA. 104.